Immediately. Uh-oh. Did I do something wrong?
Nope, just hit record.
Oh, we're recording already.
Okay, so we discussed all these movies.
Uh-huh.
We discussed all these TV shows.
We discussed a few.
And conveniently, while you were racking your brain to come up with TV shows and movies to discuss,
Uh-huh.
you left one off the table.
Did we leave one off?
Oh, we left one off the how convenient for you.
What is it? Someone you don't like?
It's a movie that was trash.
A trash movie. So
What
let
movie
me.
do you think I would be talking about?
We're not talking about a Tom Clancy joint, are we? What was the name of that movie?
The worst Tom Clancy movie in the history of Tom Clancy movies. And that's not even saying a lot.
Yeah, I mean Tom Clancy. He's not the best.
Nor was the cast in this one.
Nor was the what?
The cast.
No. Has nothing to do with the cast. The
Oh,
writing is hard.
absolutely. So this is opinionated. This is opinionated. My opinion is I've seen good actors take horrible writing and do good with it.
That's a huge task.
It
to ask
is,
someone to do.
especially for someone who's not a good actor. At least harder for someone who's not a good actor.
Well, anything's going to be harder for someone who's not a good actor. I was not
Why?
saying
Which
much.
is why Without Remorse was so hard for Michael B. Jordan.
Why what?
Why Without Remorse was so hard for Michael B. Jordan.
It's a horribly written movie.
And a horribly acted movie.
Yeah, but horribly written movies don't get acted well very often.
That's no excuse for how horrible the acting was.
Actually, it is. It's the best excuse. And I'll say he did
It
more
can
with it
account for it, but it's not an excuse.
You can't do anything with a bad script. You just can't.
Wow, so many actors do.
Look how bad Star Wars was with Hayden Christensen. You can't
There
blame that
is
guy.
no well-acted Star Wars film. Like that's a bad analogy. It's not like there's some good actors in Star. Okay,
Exactly.
look how good oh boy who played Obi-Wan did in a bad script.
That's
like everybody
like
around him acted poorly.
Like I said, it's a big task.
I know, and good actors seem to pull it off.
So you're not talking good. You're talking about some next level shit.
Oh, okay. So we're agreeing Michael B is the next level.
Most of your favorite actors aren't. So let's not.
My favorite actors are pretty much next level. We're not talking about actors I like. Now
you're putting pretty much in there. Anytime someone throws pretty much.
No, because they're pretty much means pretty much of my favorite actors, as in the majority, are next level.
Let's just admit you're holding them to a higher standard.
Yeah, of great actors.
Because you don't like them.
Of next level actors. Absolutely. I absolutely hold every actor to the standard of the actors I like. For sure. That's how opinions are formed.
Look,
that's how people determine if they like something or not.
Look, if we go to the movies that I actually like with Michael B. Jordan in them, you don't like those movies, so that's a better argument. But don't.
Yeah, because I don't like him as an actor, but I certainly hold him to the I like movies with Michael B. Jordan in it. I like the Creed franchise.
What do you like about it?
I like the story. I like the whole progression of this. I like the Creed. I don't want him replaced.
That was written a lot better. Yeah.
I don't want him. Hold on. I don't think he acted great. I don't even think part 2. I thought the more compelling story in part 2 was the protagonist story, or excuse me, the antagonist story.
That's fine. Look, we've tried this before, and it's your opinion. But
yeah. But when you're definitely opinionated.
But when you're taking a movie this horrible, it's just unfair to blame it on Michael B. Jordan.
I didn't blame it on Michael B. Jordan. I said the movie was one of the worst movies in the history of Tom Clancy movies. And I agreed that the script was bad. I agreed everything, but I'm also agreeing that Michael B. Jordan was bad too.
Well,
That's the difference. Because while we're agreeing on every other point, you're not agreeing that Michael B. Jordan was bad.
I was actually, I'm not gonna lie, the whole time I was watching this movie, I was like, only Michael B. Jordan could have pulled that off. That's what I was
Stop
thinking.
it. You're kidding.
No, I'm
You're
not.
kidding. You are kidding.
I'm not lying.
Like that did not come to your mind. Like, oh, only Michael B. Jordan could have done this.
The whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, come on, man, look at these lines. Like, the shit that he was saying was, I couldn't believe someone actually wrote this script, and I'm like, damn, like I would not be watching this right now if it were not for Michael B. Jordan. He like pulled those lines off. I almost felt like this was like a test for Michael B. Jordan. Like, how good of an actor is Michael B. Jordan? Let's throw him a horribly written action script and see what he does.
Well, let's just throw up a beautifully written movie that he's been in and see and just throw some examples.
A beautifully written movie he's been in?
Yeah. Like throw some examples where he shined, where people came away from the film talking about his performance in a we're not talking Black Panther because it's not well scripted. Like, let's talk about a well scripted film that people like, and I'm not being biased towards him because I don't think he has that in his catalog, and I'm not even saying I don't think he's capable of it or getting in one of those films. I mean, what's the best scripted film he's probably been in is what, Fruitvale Station? And that's not like ringing bells as like one of the greatest written films. I mean, they had a story that a true story to base that on.
I don't understand where we're going now. I don't understand.
No, I'm just curious. No, it's because you were saying, you just said, well, let's take an actor like Michael B. Jordan and, we see what he does with a horrible script. Okay, so then on the converse, what about with a great, like, are there examples with a great script?
But you're saying there are none.
I'm asking to provide some. I can't.
That sounds like a criticism to me.
It is a criticism. That's what we're doing. I am critiquing.
You're criticizing him based on not even being in a film that's well written?
Say again?
How is that? You're
criticizing
him.
Well, I'm questioning if there is one. Well, if we're determining it, like you're excusing him by saying, well, we put Michael B. Jordan in a bad film. How well can he do with a bad script? Well, then the immediate converse that you have to juxtapose it next to is how well he can do with a good script. Like, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, but you're immediately taking movies that are well liked and knocking them down as bad scripts.
No, I didn't knock any movie that was well liked. No, Black Panther is not the script is okay. Doesn't matter. We're not well liked. Okay. And a great script are two different things.
And then what'd you say about Fruitvale Station?
And I said Fruitvale Station was like, this is a story that's an interpretation of a true story. It's not like.
What does that have anything to do with the value of a script?
Well, I was getting to the point, but while I was talking about it earlier, you cut me off to make a point. So before we present an argument or conclusion, at least bring me to a conclusion that I did not come to, let me finish making my point. So my point is, no one is screaming that Fruitvale Station was this. No one said it was bad. Never said it was bad. I didn't like the movie because I didn't hate the movie. I'm not hating on the movie. It's just not my thing. So, and I thought he did well in that movie. The movie itself is not, those aren't the type of movies that I want to watch. I just don't. I watched it. Okay. I'm not taking away from the fact that the movie was well written. What I'm saying is we have examples beyond our own subjectivity of great scripts. There are consensuses, examples of great. We're talking about pop culture. Like, this is something we can Google outside of our own subjective opinions, because our own opinions might say, like, I like certain movies that other people don't.
Ish, you're
I
going.
think
I don't want to cut you off, but you're going really far, and it's gonna take a long time for me to bring you back if you keep going.
yeah, but I can kind of go where I want to go.
Yeah, but it's gonna
That's
take.
how conversations work.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna understand. By the time you get to it, we're gonna forget
No,
what you were
because
saying.
okay. Well, I remember what I was saying.
Okay.
No, go on. Say go on.
Okay. So first you're saying you can't remember any movies he's been in with great scripts, which is
I
the
didn't say I
opposite.
can't remember. I never said I couldn't remember. Just to be clear. Go on.
Okay. Okay. So first he hasn't. First we have to think of some films he's been in with great scripts because it's the opposite of not blaming him for movies he's been in with horrible scripts. I understand the logic behind that. I don't agree, but I understand the logic behind it.
Okay, I just want to make it clear that that's not what I said either. But anyway, go on.
Okay. But then Fruitvale Station, no one's saying it's the best movie ever.
No, a lot of people are saying it was a great movie.
I just don't know what we're doing. Like, first of all, you're a master of your craft. You know that. But
I don't know what you mean by that at all.
You know what I mean. You know what you do.
No, I legit don't.
You know what you do. Come on. This argument, the way you're framing this argument is like, it sounds like you're putting him down for not being in some of the greatest films, and then you're going into this whole, and we all know what the greatest films are. It's a consensus.
Okay.
And then
Let me
it's
clear
like,
that up. So the world knows I am putting him down because I don't think he is a great actor.
Okay.
That's all I've ever been doing.
Okay.
That was from the jump. And he happened to be a not so great actor, in my opinion, in a bad movie.
Okay. So, but then why are we talking about Fruitvale Station like this? Like,
well, because I would imagine that is the best movie that we can choose to put next to this movie. If your position is, well, at least credit him for having, doing good with a bad script.
Okay, but you're in your opinion, use your words so you don't tell me I'm putting the wrong words in your mouth. He did well, did you say?
Yes.
In this movie?
Yes.
Okay. So, all right, so what does that mean about your opinion about him? He has the ability to do well, he just often doesn't, or what?
Well, so I guess that breaks it down a little bit deeper, because I think there are a lot of actors that have done well that I don't think are good actors. You know what I mean? Okay. So, yeah, I hope, I guess is the best thing I can say. I hope he can do better. You know what I mean? Like, I hope, I've seen him, I hope that's for me. I hope he's consistent. You can get it though. I hope he's consistent with being able to do better, because I've only seen it the one time.
Which is
where I was like, okay. Which is Fruitvale Station, where I was like, okay, this is okay.
Okay.
This is all right. You know what I mean? I didn't really enjoy the movie, but I couldn't criticize his role as him being garbage.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't have said that he was garbage in that film. I would tell you that he was garbage in Creed and still tell you I enjoyed him in Creed and wouldn't want him recast.
But you would or wouldn't want him recast?
Would not.
Okay.
Would not.
So,
but I enjoyed him in Creed. Hold on a second, Mike D here. Give me a sign, man. I don't touch people. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm good. I'm good, man. I was kidding, man. I'm
throwing a free. So I already had the text. You got black pen?
Yes. You need to be black ink.
I can fill out the rest of this.
Belinda, Bree, you got a black ink pen? My bad. I was just cutting banana bread. Yeah, Kristen Hunt's wife brought me. Dropped it off earlier. I literally just cut. Sign or write my name.
this here and this. That's two papers like that. That's another one. Just like they did it.
Do I need my middle initial and all that?
However you use it legally. Wait.
Hold on, Mike. Dwayne is here.
What up, D?
No, that's Mike Adu.
Oh, Mike.
Yo, don't let him do it to you.
Don't let him do what? Don't let me do it to D.
Don't let him trick you.
Don't let me trick D. Or D trick me.
You see, he's doing it right now.
Yeah, D is tricking me. Mike is trying to tell you not to let me trick you.
Into what?
I don't have any idea. He's like, you are a master of your craft. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, oh, Mike, just people like I'm Dr. Mime or something. But you know what I'm talking about.
You know you'd be on that ish. Hey, hold on for a sec. Hello?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, 1 sec. Okay. All right, I finally got my oxygen. Hold on.
Oh, that's why you've been on that ish, Mike.
Takes a double tap. Okay, we are now live.
Okay, so
Back
Flay.
like Stretch Cadillacs.
Flay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the emotional impact criticism of Michael B. Jordan has on you.
Oh God, here we go. It's not the emotional impact. It is the little sneaky, the little, I don't even know what to call them. The sneaky tactics employed to make one's point.
It's not sneaky. It's dexterous.
Okay, so we're not blaming him for not being in your so-called best movies.
Everyone out there listening, this is how my co-host views me. Sneaky tactics.
All right, so we're not blaming him for not being in the best movies ever written, right? Or are we?
No. But
Okay.
We're also not blaming him for being the best actors in his movies either. I
mean, that goes to say that you feel that way. You've made that apparent, so you don't have to repeat that.
Yeah, but if I'm co-signing your to quote someone I respect, your sneaky tactic of getting me to agree with it.
Okay.
It is only fair that I come right back with. You know what I mean? Like it's only fair.
I
right?
suppose if you think you haven't made the point already, I suppose a tit for a tat.
I see what you did there, man. I see what you did there.
I suppose.
I'm just saying. I saw as I saw what you did there.
Also, we might want to talk about. I don't know if I want to go there, because there's a casual dismissal of Black Panther, and I get when you say the best script. I get that is a specific thing. But I just want to take a moment to pause and think about the effect of that. It being a great movie, and whether it's the greatest script or not, some of our favorites did well in it. But no, I get it's not the greatest script. I think people.
I think his final words were pretty iconic, and I won't take that away.
Was it the throw me in the ocean thing or no?
Yeah, that whole final. You know what I mean? I won't take that from him.
Are we sure that that's his final thing? Because I feel like
not his final, but that his final memorable.
Okay, because I was going to say that speech. There's a better word for it in acting or Hollywood, but that dialogue gets so much props that it could easily be seen as his final dialogue. But I feel like it was somewhere in the middle, or even earlier actually.
I think the dialogue is both instructive and positive in as much as it is destructive, because it was such a powerful dialogue that it allows people to overlook that there are large portions of the script that are tone deaf.
Really? Okay, let's get now. We're back in Black Panther. Let's get that. What's tone deaf about Black Panther?
Well, I'm always going to resort to the symbolism of a Black Panther fighting a Black Panther in his own hood.
Okay, all right. We actually shouldn't get back into this.
Yeah.
No offense, but we've done this one.
We cross that, yeah, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that to me is,
Okay. So obviously a man who does not agree with 3/4 of the planet that Michael B. Jordan was like one of the most badass parts of that movie, of that film.
well,
Correct?
if you want to be, yeah, I don't agree.
Okay.
Because I think the most powerful character in the film, not named T'Challa, was named Shuri.
Yeah, no, Shuri was dope. But I think everyone walked away. Like, I mean, so many people walked away wanting to be a villain. That does not happen very often.
And that's why that's why I resort to tone deaf, because you want to be the villain in the comics who right on screen told you, I have no problem taking advantage of, murdering, and taking, he said this, from my own people for my own end.
But he's a character. He's not like
Yeah, I know.
It's not
but
like
it wasn't for this benevolent thing that they then made those iconic lines for. It was for his own selfish end, that he wanted to sell out his people.
No, we're deconstructing a character. Like, he's a bad guy. He's supposed to.
No. I'm not deconstructing the character. I'm deconstructing why there's this tone deaf. When they then hit you with these lines that are iconic, it makes you overlook that the way this character is written is reprehensible, and everything that we reject about Black people in our culture.
Well,
it just kind of makes you overlook that.
Well, I have to agree that a lot of people overlook that, and I feel like that was wrong. But
that he actually used those words. But see what I'm saying?
But see, was that Ta-Nehisi Coates?
No, it was when he used those words to T'Challa after. Remember,
Ta-Nehisi wrote that. Ta-Nehisi wrote that.
Yeah, he wrote that script.
Okay, so to me, this is a problem.
Wrote the script.
To me, this is a problem with people, not a problem with the script. People should understand what's good and what's bad, and if you got confused about that, that means there's something interesting about the script. That means they wrote a character that is not just a paper thin character, a character that, like, is three-dimensional, right?
Or they wrote a character that wasn't consistent, on the other hand.
Well, I mean, is everyone good, like, just good or bad, though? Right? Is that how people really are?
But I mean, that's easy to debate outside of the source material. But you're taking a character that you are presenting as the villain, and these are his motivations, and then you are contradicting those motivations in the character's final act.
Yeah, but I think that's what villains are. They're people who have, like, righteous indignation, people who often go against their own. They have what's the word called? What's the word the phrase when you go against, like, your own stuff?
There's a difference between depth of character and just not inconsistent writing.
Yeah, to me, no, I get it. To you felt it was inconsistent. I felt it was depth of character. I think that's just the way we saw it.
The writing was tone deaf. Like, they at one point they wrote the script in such a way where T'Challa looks like the bad guy.
Okay.
Which was never the case.
Okay.
That's all. I have problems with the script.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that.
But
I get that.
But again, I wouldn't recast Killmonger.
Okay.
I thought that the movie was perfectly cast.
Okay, and you don't
But
think
on the
this
same
is
token, like it'll make you feel some type of way when I say this, because I don't think Chadwick Boseman was the greatest actor either.
that I've been hearing. Though some people go back and forth, and some people say
I
that
think he's had some great roles though.
Some people say that he. Okay, you're talking in general, uh, not just Black Panther.
No, not just Black Panther.
Okay.
I think he's had some great. I just don't. You already know my feelings on Chadwick Boseman. I mean, I like and respect Chadwick Boseman. I watch not all of his movies, but 90% of his films I watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna watch a Chadwick Boseman movie. You know what I mean? I've had my criticisms of like Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I was critical.
Okay.
You know, I thought he performed pretty. I thought he performed above average, actually, pretty well as James Brown. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There are some films where I think he's just flat.
What was your criticism of Ma Rainey or his
thought,
role?
Yeah, I didn't think it was as critically acclaimed, and I'm in a minority, as other people did.
Well, that's interesting. I like the film, but I think I know what you're talking about. There is something where, how do I say this? I know that I'm watching a performance, kind of like I'm watching a play or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which
well,
is,
you know, it was a play though, so I guess.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to feel. You're not supposed to be watching it feeling that way.
Yeah.
You know, you're
supposed
to like.
You don't watch. Yeah, no, I agree. And this is no hate on the late great Chad Boseman at all. Chadwick Boseman, you know what I mean? At all, like at all. I think, and I guess I'm going to be honest, and I guess I feel like while we have a growing community of representatives in Hollywood, I feel like because we haven't for so long, that we are accepting people who may not be great because you understand what I'm saying? Maybe I'm wording that wrong. But
no, I think I hear what you're saying though. I mean, white folks get to love a bunch of mediocre folks and everywhere in between
because they have such a wealth of representatives.
Right. I mean,
I wonder how many actors we've seen in small roles that are brilliant, right? Like, look how long it took for us to get the actress that played Ma Rainey. Like, she's been everywhere for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for years, and it wasn't until recently when people were really, calling her what she's probably always been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker, who I'm not putting as a powerhouse, I'm definitely not downplaying him, has been around forever. It took him a long time for him to get recognized for what he was.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, he's playing thugs in films in the 80s. Like, he's been around forever. It took him a long time for people to recognize, Forrest Whitaker has the talent that he has.
But yeah, but we've got, that's part of who we are, is we've been overlooked. We've been overlooked as a people. We've been overlooked in general. And a lot of times, sometimes it takes Black leadership to kind of corral us together. Some of us do it piecemeal. Some of us do it together. You got your guys like, Scorsese.
Look how brilliant Tyler Perry is.
I don't know if that's a joke or.
Yeah, you were quiet for a long time.
Look, Tyler Perry.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Tyler Perry, just because he's not my bag of tea,
he's not mine either.
Doesn't mean I don't respect the fact that he's been putting in work, writing, doing plays.
Yo, Mike, you were silent for a good long while, though, bro. Like, yeah.
Yo,
you're like, wait a minute, what just happened?
Yeah. Well, sometimes sometimes a truth and a joke.